Okay, so it's rolling now. So anything we do, it'll take note of in terms of your noise. So hands up if you want to speak to me. Okay? Don't be bothered about this. It's only going to us. Okay? What do you think? Yeah, that's why I said what do you think? 3 over 10. Hands up if she's right. For the tape loads you put your hands up. Hands down. Good. That's me being an idiot, don't worry. It's supposed to be a joke. It didn't work out, you don't get it. You guys ain't got a sense of humour. No, I don't need that today. The ruler, I did the ruler. We're all there. Yes? Okay, 33 over 100 is not the same fraction, okay? This is as simplified as it goes, so you leave it like that, okay? Yeah, because these don't simplify. That is the pure answer, okay? If it was like 4 out of 12, then I could, okay? Does that make sense? Right then, that's definitely right. There's 3 blacks out of 10. Done. Getting a white or a black. Hands up. What do you think? White or a black?
7 over 7.
Why 7?
Well,
Why 7?
because there's 10 and then there's 3 blacks and 4 whites.
So what did you do?
What? Add them together.
Add them. Now, he didn't understand the point of that because he's not done probability to a high level yet. But when you see this word here, or, in maths and in probability, that is a translation of you've got to add something. Okay? So later on in the tree diagrams, it means that as well. Okay? So or means add. Okay? What's the probability of getting a strike ball? What was you've done percentages, haven't you? Okay?
Yeah.
Now, what have you got? 30% and 7%. You have them, but fractions forever. Okay? She's just done these as percentage equivalents, so 30% and 7%. That's okay. She will get some credit because in the mark scheme when she's older, it will say 3 out of 10 or equivalent, but I want to see those. Okay. Yep. 4 out of 10. By the way, let's just mark these. That's 1 mark. That's 1 mark. This is going to be out of 2. Why? 2 over 5. Well done. You've simplified. Well done. So 1 mark if you see 4 out of 10, but 2 marks for 2 out of 5 because you can simplify. Okay? I'm being quite harsh there. Probability, for some reason, I have no answer to this. They don't simplify in the real mark scheme. In the final exam, they will let you have 4 out of 10. Okay? Which I think is wrong because the fraction, the whole point of fractions that you simplify them. White or black? Give me the non-simplified. We'll go straight to it. Non-simplified first.
6 out of 10.
6 out of 10, therefore 3 out of 5, yeah? So 1 mark for the unsimplified bit, 2nd mark for the full answer. If you go straight to the full answer, good for you. 4 marks. Okay. Greens on the first 2 questions. Hands clear in the air. No bent elbows, because if you want most of you green, I want you to do it. I'll just speak to those in a minute. Ambers. Reds. Something on funny strategy. Right then. So, that is easy. How many in the bag goes in the bottom? What you're looking for goes in the top. That's basic probability. Now, this one's a little bit harder. Getting ahead when flipping a coin. What's the probability of getting ahead before I put it on the line? Yep. 0.5. I'd have said a half first, which would have gone straight to 0.5, but absolutely brilliant. It's 1 out of 2, isn't it? Which is 0.5 when you convert it. So you should have a little A there. Okay? Or an arrow. I don't care how you do it. Just need to know. Flapping your arms and flying to the moon. 0. Good. If you have a, well, you do have Mr. Liddell, but you're not doing probability with him. He says anything is possible. Okay? So maybe you'll get there one day. Okay. Now, C. You'll breathe in the next 15 minutes. Don't be morbid. Don't tell me that you're going to drop dead straight away. Okay, I'm not interested in that sort of thing. Well, common sense. Okay. Yes. 1. Because it's definitely going to happen. If I call this certain at number 1, definitely going to happen. Use the word beginning with I for 0. Mission something.
Impossible.
Oh, why did it shout out when the rest of the goal hands up? Well done. Was you going to say that? See how you robbed her of that opportunity? I don't you feel bad now. No? No guilt. Right then. This one. dead easy. Now, you're supposed to read questions, and I think you should, especially to understand what it's asking you. But in this scenario, if I didn't quite get what was going on, I still saw that table, it'd be quite easy to fill out, really, wouldn't it? If it's saying you're adding, using that symbol there, obviously you can see it on the video, you're adding, and you're adding these scores. Okay, so that one would be 3, this one would be 4, and this one would be 6. Okay, 1 mark for 3 of those. If you've got 1 wrong, you don't get anything.
So,
Do you understand what I did? I just added those to those.
so how many marks is it for 3?
1 each on that one, by the way, yes, so 1 for 1. Yes. Okay. Pretty much everybody is, that's why I did this, okay? So don't worry, okay? If you look at the sheets like I can, you can't see from where you are. That's pretty much the same for everybody, okay? So don't panic, that's the whole point of this. Okay? Right then, what's the probability of getting a 5? So if you were Amber to ask the first 2 questions, let me do this one on my own. Hands down please, thank you. The big main thing that people do with this, and they always do it, is they add up everything. You only add up that section, yeah? You don't add the scores of the dice, okay? A table will be clearer in an exam because it will probably have these shaded in. So you don't think to add them anyway. Okay? Right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So the base at the moment, the denominator is 18. What are we after? A 5? 1, 2, 3. Is that right? You've done it? 1 mark, 2 marks, they're both in the 3 times table to make 1 out of 6. Okay? Yes.
Does that say 16?
That says 18.
Okay.
It's just a dodgy one, as usual. Okay? Right then. I'm going to ask you, so if you did say red on that one, you may be green now. It's possible to go, oh yeah, is that what you were doing? Probability scale then. Greens. I get that. Hands up. You don't have to be green, by the way. Don't try and just lie to me, okay? Just because you're trying to mix them with the group. It's okay not to understand. Ambers, I'm sort of in the middle of that one. Because you're not too sure about where the decimals go. That's usually the case. You're not sure which decimal works. Okay? For those who are amber, if it's going to happen, it's a 1. If it's not going to happen, it's a 0. Okay? And anywhere between depends what you're looking at. Reds? On the scale? No. This one, after the discussion, not before the assessment. So, who can fill the table out? Hands up. Who can fill the table out? That's just adding 2 numbers together. Are you sure you can't add those numbers together? Are you positive? They're just written down there. And it just says add that to that. Okay? It says literally add the 2 scores together. Okay? Ambers? Better. Reds? And we've already done probability, haven't we? We've already talked about that. Okay, next bit. Now the next bit I might take a bit of time, and if I am taking time, it's because it's actually the teaching, well actually question 6 I'm talking about, that is going to be the actual teaching of what we're going to do. Because I think, and I did say I'm going to try and push you into tree diagrams quite soon, like now, okay? And I'm going to take time on that. Fairness. Fairness is, if it goes on, do you think it affects its reliability or something like that? The reason I messed that up is I'm looking at you. I'll call you Chloe so I don't put your name on the video. Pay attention, yeah? So, a coin is split 200 times, yeah? I don't put your name's Chloe, by the way, just so you've got a bit of privacy to yourself. 170 heads come out, yeah? 170, that's quite a lot, isn't it? So, 30 tails. Is it fair? Yes or no? And explain. Nearly perfect. No, for definite. Absolutely no way. If I did heads and tails, you're insane if you're going to say tails, really, aren't you? Okay? It should be about 100. It's not going to be 100 guaranteed. That's what I want to change on his result. 100 and 100 makes sense, but it's not going to be guaranteed. Okay? Let's iron out the people who think yes. If you're going to say yes, put your hands down, unless you really want to argue your case. Yes.
I put yes.
Why?
Because there's a head on one side and a tail on the other, so either way it's going to be an even chance of getting it.
Well, this coin has come out 170 times as a head. So this coin's not like a coin that you've got in your pocket. This could have been altered.
It's still going to be fair though.
Not really. If I give you a weighted dice, and it's got 6 sides, and I give you a normal dice, and I give you the weighted dice, let's go back to the Mafia days. Oh, was it you guys were talking about Mafia stuff?
No.
It was a year 10, so I was talking about interest rates, and I said if you don't help the Mafia, they're going to get you, they're going to break your knees. Okay? And I'm the Mafia boss now. You ready to shake it up? No, names in there. And I said, right, you best roll that dice. You've got 10 rolls. I want like 3 6s, but it's always going to land on a 1. Is that fair? No. This coin is not real. Okay? It's come out 170 times. It's not a fair coin. Okay? You can get coins that are weighted to the flip a certain way. Okay? Yes. So you're talking about the actual reasons why. If you want to back it up, say it should be about 100 as well.
I thought and it's got an odd ratio.
An odd ratio. So, and that makes sense to me because we're mathematicians. Okay, but explain what you'd expect to find as well. That is like the perfect way to say it, and I like your knowledge. Okay, yes. Do you know what? It could be about luck, okay? But because I've done it 200 times, it's unlikely to do that, okay?
You're very lucky.
You'd be like, it's an exceptional case. It'd be so rare.
You got a
that
4
happen.
employees.
And it's not like a collaboration, you know. We're not one line than the other. It's me then. That's like the rest of them.
I thought, yes, because it's just like way the coin lands. It's not any. It's just the way like the coin.
After
lands.
200 times, you still think, no, it's not robbing me. I'm all right. Let's play it again. Yeah, it's all right. I owe you that much money. Let's do it one more time. You're all right. You're all right, my book. It's unfair. Do it again. Don't change the coin. I trust you. No, it's unfair. Okay, 200 times is too many times. I start this point. I appreciate you going to ask me. 200 times is too many times, and it sort of irons out the sort of chance. It could be 200 heads and still be a fair coin, but that's so rare. Okay, this is unfair because you expect to see 100. Okay, right. This bit, tree diagram. So there are 4 white, 4 black, and 7 white balls in this little bag that I drew there. Okay, this is actually off an exam. This is an exam question. Okay, on foundation and higher. Okay, so they're both sets, both tests. Okay, now because you're not familiar with this, and lots of you, just by glancing from here, I can see you've just got the highlighted red. I'm going to take my time. Okay, now if I reach into this bag on my first go, because I'm going to look at it and put it back in, so I'm going to do it twice. Yeah. How many blacks are in that? Yeah.
4.
Out of 11. So if I put 4 over 11 here, because that's when I reach in for the first time, the chance of me getting a black is 4 over 11. Okay, if you want to add these fractions onto your diagram, do it. Okay? Because it's going to give you a memory point. Prove that if you write something down, you remember it more than me just speaking at you. So, the probability of getting a black is 4 out of 11, so what's the probability of getting a white? 7 out of 11, so that's quite easy. You didn't know that you were expected to write fractions there. That's why you didn't. But in the future, I imagine that you know that tree diagrams will have them on there. So you're not writing anything. Right then. So I'll reach into the bag. Let's pretend I picked out a black one first, okay? It says that I'm going to put it back in. So it's taking it random, so I didn't look in, I just picked it out. Pulled it out, it's a black, so I'm here. And I put it back. I'm going to reach in again. Has anything changed?
No.
Why?
Could you put the ball back in?
Correct. The next question down here is taken out and it's kept out. Usually they're questions about food and sweets and stuff like that. So when you take those out, you consume them, you eat them. Okay? So the probability of getting a black again is 4 out of 11. White is 7 out of 11. Again. Okay? I'm going to pick out a white. So let's pretend I picked out a white first. These are like alternate realities. These don't happen at the same time. It's like a what if graph really. So what if I picked out a black first? What would happen? What if I picked out a white first? What would happen? You know that's not going to change. You still have 4 out of 11 blacks and 7 out of 11 for whites. Okay? The next bit is the part that is going to use the new working out, the bits that you're not familiar with, and it's all the teaching that really should take time on, okay? But I'm going to briefly so we can do it. Right. We need to figure out all the probabilities that are going to come out of this, okay? And after this I'm going to stop the tape, because that's when we're going to really talk about it as an individual class. I'm going to get some counters, use the pot over there, and do it together on whiteboards, okay? Because this is not going to be very rich for your learning. If I want the probability of black and black That's what that means. The P around the two B's. Probability of black and black. The word I just said, the probability of black and black. Does anyone know what the translation is in maths for an and? Does anyone know what mathematical thing happens when we say and? Multiply. Was you saying multiply? Just nod. It's a better answer. Well done, superstar. Okay. It means times. What did I say or meant? What does or mean? We just talked about that. Add. So and means times, and or means add. They're more complicated rules. They're called the and rule and the or rule. Okay? So, for this you'd have to multiply 4 over 11 by 4 over 11. Do you know how to multiply fractions? I'm not your number teacher. What do you think? How do you do that? Yes.
Times top by bottom.
Not times top by bottom. Times top by... There you go. Tops and tops, bottoms and bottoms. That's the way I go with it, okay? So the top would be 16 over 22 is a brave one to say what you Sandra. Want to try a good man, okay? Now, at that point, we do the same thing all the way down. So the probability of me picking out a black twice is 16 out of 21. That's not bad, really, is it? That's, you know, what, like 1 out of 10, something like that around there. It's not too bad, okay? And you figure out all the probabilities of getting all different combinations. Tree diagrams allow you to see the whole situation in one go, okay? And that's what we're going to learn now, okay? I'm just going to stop it, but I'm useless. I'll stop it now, okay?